everyone, I'm Renee Hopkins and I'm so excited that you're going to join us for our cooking series. I'll be walking you through the tofu stir fry, and I wanted to give you just a little bit of information in case you've never worked with tofu before. So we're going to talk about the main categories of tofu so you know what to look for when you're in the grocery store, and I can give you a little idea of where you might look while in the grocery store. So generally speaking, there are categories of tofu based on their texture. So the softest of them is called the silken tofu, and sometimes it might be labeled soft tofu. Then it moves to firm, extra firm, and even super firm. This one isn't labeled by the texture of it because it's a flavored tofu, but once you get to know tofu a little bit, you'll recognize this as a firm category. So for our recipe that we're going to do in the stir fry, I find that extra firm holds up the best. You can use the firm variety if that's all you can find in the store. Definitely don't get the silken because that will just fall apart in the stir fry. I'm anxious to try the super firm as that's a new variety for me that I haven't tried before. Okay, now I just want to show you what each of them look like on the inside. The ones that come packed in these plastic tubs with the film over the top are best opened with a sharp knife, and right along the edge you kind of feel for where to poke it down in there. They are packed with water, so they do spill out kind of easily. I'll go ahead and run my knife along at least 3 of the edges to kind of open that up a little bit, and then I'm going to walk to the sink and pour off the water. Alright, so this is our silken tofu, and actually you can see with a spoon, it's very, very custard-like. It would fall apart right away in a stir fry, but it's really good for things like smoothies. If you're making a creamy dip or a creamy pasta sauce, this is a great addition for something like that. And I'm dying to try it in a custard-style dessert, so I'll keep you posted on how that goes. So that's your silken, and I think I'll put a scoop of it right here so we can compare them. So next we have our firm tofu, and this is gonna have even more water in it. Get that started. You can see that water's just ready to spill right over the edge. So I'm gonna take it to the sink. So right away you can see that the firm tofu is in a cake. Like you can pull this right out and it holds its shape. Now I'm going to take a slice of it off and you can see the inside. It's very soft and it is even a firmer custard. So firm tofu can be used as a silken tofu if you put it in a blender or a food processor and thin it out a little bit with some liquid. It can also be used as a firm if you press out a lot of the liquid, and we'll learn how to press the tofu at our cooking night. So there's our firm. Put that piece there. Moving on to the extra firm. Okay, so the extra firm comes out in a cake just like the firm did. And I know you can't feel it watching me, but it does feel much firmer than the firm tofu. When you cut into it, it really holds its shape very well. And I don't know if you can really see a difference there, but it's just more packed in. It has to do with the processing of it. If you watched the video on how tofu is made, extra firm tofu has been pressed longer, more liquid has come out of it. Now the extra firm tofu is new for me. I've never seen this before, so I'm excited to see how that compares to the extra firm. This one doesn't look like it has as much water because it's been vacuum packed, so it's a little bit neater to open. And yeah, this one, it really is super firm. I don't know if you can tell by me squishing on that. That that is really packed in there. This would be dynamite, I think. I would use this if I was making like a tofu sticks in the oven or tofu nuggets. And I would likely try it in one of those ways. But let me go ahead and take a slice. Oh, and even cutting it, you can tell it's much firmer. So that is really, if you can tell, the air pockets in there far fewer. And squishing it, you can tell it's much firmer. So that's gonna hold together real nicely. And then we have our little teriyaki flavored one. So there's 2 cakes of that in the bag. And as I press on that, that to me feels like it's in the extra, well actually I think it's somewhere between extra firm and the super firm. You can see the flavoring is just around the outside, but it does, it marinates in it, I think, when they're packing it. So hopefully that flavor's carried right on in there. And there you go. So again, we're looking for the extra firm will be the first choice if you're new to making stir fry with tofu, but you can use the firm or the super firm as well. So I hope that was helpful in helping you know what to look for when you're in the store. As far as where to go within the store, I can tell you I've purchased it at Wegmans and at Walmart. And I haven't gotten it at Tops, so you'd have to ask in the Tops Friendly Market where to go. At Wegmans, they move stuff around all the time, but currently it's in the Nature Marketplace area. If you can find the gluten-free baking aisle, it's right across from there. So it's that little like alcove tucked right like almost behind where the pharmacy is and next to the bakery. There's a line of refrigerator and freezer cases right along that wall. It's in the furthest one, top 2 shelves, refrigerated. At Walmart, I found it in the produce section. So when you enter there, that long wall of all the refrigerated produce with the lettuces and end is some of the packaged fruits and things, right around the middle of that long area, you'll find the mushrooms, and over to the right of that, down in the very bottom, they just had a small display. I think there were 3 different kinds of tofu there. They did have the firm, and I think they had this, that's where I found the super firm as well. So if you have any questions at all, if you're having trouble finding anything, just reach out and I'll do my best to help you. And I'm really looking forward to having our crispy tofu stir fry together.